Good morning, lovely people. So it's Suze from Crowfire Soul Crafting, crafting from the soul. You'll have to excuse the sun. I don't have anywhere else to film, so I have a chance to film today. So my last video was about my slow stitch books. Haven't got any further, haven't done anything, except I did a thing. I think in the last video I said that I might, with the blue pages I had, I might chop up my Just Because slow stitch book. I did it. I did it. So these are all the pages that I showed you in the last video, and these are from my, it's really hard to show. I really apologise. I mean, I don't apologise for the sun because it's lovely to have it, but I apologise for the big shadows and stuff. So I cut up my Just Because slow stitch book because I really didn't like the way it was, and it just annoyed me. So so I've chopped it all up, and I literally have put a page on each of my blue pages that I'd cut up. So here it is. I'm loving it way more than I did as it was. I think it was just the way that I did it. It just didn't work. So now I've got these lovely pages, and they're partly ready. So I've got a couple here that are spare. So these are how it was in my other book. I think I don't like it because I tried to pad it out with these bits of felt. It didn't really work. And now what I've decided to do, well, let me show you the rest first. So I've still got some pages to add. So these are the ones from the original book, and you can see I've done a lot of stitching already on these, and I'm thinking that they'll probably go on the backs like that. So then I'll have that and that. But what I've decided, there's another page, and this is one that I've got one on, and this is one what have I got here? I've got a couple of pages there, so that's one I can. What have I done with that? That's a bit weird. I don't know what I'm doing now. So that I've obviously got a page that I can put a couple on. So so that's the other one there. And so I'm going to put one on the front and one on the back if I've got enough. Or I'll go through and see how many I've got and work out, and some will have some on, some won't. And then what I thought I'd do before I stitch that down, if I want to add anything else to it, I'm going to add to it before I actually stitch it to the page. Then inside, before I stitch down, I'm going to do stitching on both of these. So it gives me a lot of room, so I can do stitching on here, stitching on here. I'm so sorry about the shadows. And then I can then add, say, a piece onto the back if I've got enough to do all of the backs, and then the stitching will be covered up because it'll be through to there, and then you know, the nice stitching will be on here. So that's what I have been up to. I haven't got any further. I wonder if I have I got enough to go on all the backs, to go on all of them? I don't know whether I have. Just randomly stick them on. Or maybe I have. Oh, maybe, do you know, I might have. Maybe that's just a spare page I had. Oh no, maybe that's that one. Oh no, it's perfect actually. So that goes on there, and then this one will go on there. So I have actually got enough to do back and front of these. So I won't stitch any of them on. I will work on the insides. I've got to remember to work on the inside. So I'll work on the insides, and once I've done some stitching on there, then I can add that, unless I want to do any more stitching on these pieces. So I can work on these individually, and because I don't think they're finished. I mean, some have got a lot more on than others, but so that gives me all these pieces to work on, all of these. It gives me the insides of all of these. So it's going to keep me busy with a lot of stitching. So, and the reason I did chop this up was I didn't like the way it had worked out as a book. I loved all the pages, but I didn't like how it worked out as a book. And I had this blue fabric that I'd chopped up and thought, well, I'm sure that's the colour of my blue and purple Just Because Slow Stitch book. So yeah, so I did a thing. And do you know why I did a thing? Just because I could. Just because. That's what a Just Because book is about. Just because I can, and I will if I want to. So I'm going to take off the pins that I put on to see if it would work. And then I'm going to just sit here and there and add bits and pieces to these. I'm going to glue in place a lot of these because they had holes in, but I don't like them flapping around. So I'm just going to use a bit of fabricy glue and just stick them so that they don't flap about, because they're quite annoying. That one, luckily, I had two. I had a thing at the top and the thing at the bottom, so I could just stitch it both down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work out which way round I want them all as well. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing with that. I haven't done any more of this piece that I was working on. I got I got my first really horrible comment. I've never had one before, so and it did really make me laugh. A lady said that this was a complete and utter mess and it just needed to go in the bin. All I'd done was throw a load of rubbish onto a bit of felt and just chuck it in the bin. And I thought, my God, all that work I've done on this. Obviously not to her taste, and everyone has their own opinion, and they're welcome to have their own opinion. Personally, if I didn't like something, I wouldn't be telling people to put their art in the bin. But obviously she felt the need to do that. So I thanked her for her comment and just said it won't be going in the bin. Jesus, I've spent hours on this. But yeah, but she's totally entitled to her opinion. I think it's really pretty and I love it. I love the colours. I love the textures of it. So I want to start adding some beads and bits to that soon. I still have a lot of black spaces, but because it's so busy, I don't know. I might keep some of these spare black. There again, I'll probably add maybe beads to that. So, and I've started a big piece of artwork, but that is for my spiritual stuff. So that'll be on my other channel. And I've started back in my colouring books. I got a couple of new ones. I don't know whether you know that I love my colouring. So I absolutely love colouring books. It was the thing that I did as a child that brought me complete and utter joy. And I just it just brings back that thing as a child where I've got all my pencils, I've got all my different colors, and yeah, it just transports me off into a different world, and I just absolutely love them. I do use some of my colouring books I can pull apart. I just love this page. I thought it was very Easter. I didn't know whether to start that. Oh, you can't even see because of the bloody shadow. It's some weird creature with some eggs. So I won't even flip through it because of the shadows. But I got this one came yesterday. And she's got a couple of other books out. Circle of Life and Enchanted Earth, and I'm not so keen on them, so I don't think I'll be buying them. Obviously, if anyone knows about colouring, they'll know about Johanna Basford. Just the best. I mean, she's not the best, she's one of the best, one of my favourites anyway. And I've got Magical Worlds, and I've started a buddy colour with my friend. So I've started this page. I thought it was very, very Eastery. My colour palette was sort of going for, I think it's a Battenberg cake. It's got the pink and the yellow. I've done a sort of, it was pink grey that I used, pink grey and grey for that hair. And I'm going to do that one in the same colour. And then I've used some gold marker. So I've started that one, and I've got loads of works in progress in my Hannah Carlson books and my Kirby Roseanne's, and but yeah, it's something that I might show more on the channel. So I it's not that I've kept it secret, but I don't know. I've just added all my stitching on the channel and some mixed media. And I haven't really added my colouring book stuff. I don't think I've even mentioned it before. I might have done, I don't know. But I'm obsessed with coloured pencils. But again, that really comes from childhood. I was bought when I was about 4. I was 4 or 5. No, it must have been my 5th birthday, because it was a big birthday. So I think I was 5, and I was bought this colouring book that was so magical, and it was coloured on one side, and then you coloured the other side, so you sort of copied it. And I remember it had like pinky purpley skies. It looked like it was Australia with these amazing expansive skies. It was stunning. And they bought me really expensive pencils, well, for a 5-year-old anyway. And I've no idea what they were, but they were in a big tin. There was loads of colours. And my dad had picked them because you could add water and they would go like watercolours. I mean, you're talking a long time ago. You know, I'm 59 this year. So they were exciting. I think they were fairly new to like everyday people. I mean, obviously, you know, in the art world, people probably had stuff like that. But these were like new on the market and exciting. And they were magical to me. I mean, I could not believe that you could add water and then they went all, yeah. So I think that's where my love of colouring books comes from. And I've sort of coloured on and off as an adult, and I secretly would go into a shop and buy a colouring book and not let anyone know because I was so embarrassed that I still wanted to colour. And then explosion, adult colouring books. Oh my God, I could come out the closet. I'd have been in the closet for years. But the colouring books that I had were really quite crappy, and they were children's colouring books, or the ones they sort of aimed at adults in the beginning were like really naff and stuff. And then you've got these fabulous artists that come out. You know, you've got Maria Trolle and Hannah Carlson and Kirby Rosannes, Joanna Bashford. Oh God, there's so many. I'm sorry that I'm not Rita. Oh my God, I can't remember, but I've ordered one of hers. So the other day, because I've been clearing my room and I got my cupboard to put all my paint in, which I was so excited, it looks great. I went through my colouring books, and I've actually got a pile of them to take to the charity shop, with some more cheap pencils that I bought in the beginning when I sort of the adult colouring came out, and I couldn't afford the artist grade pencils. So I have now got a set of polychromos. I've got a set of chromaflows. Yeah, people that love colouring might not like. I do not like Prismacolors. I've got a very small set. I think I bought the 48 or 36. I can't remember. And I did get the Prismacolor skin tone set for Christmas off my mum. But I just really struggle with them. I don't know what it is. And I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I watch Shell's Colouring. I watch Country Life, Rachel Henderson. And I can't remember names, but and most people use Prismacolors. They love Prismacolors. I know other people love Prismacolors, and I just like, I don't know. I just don't get them. I do remember the Frugal Crafter, Lindsay, the Frugal Crafter. I remember her saying that if you like polychromos, you won't like Prismacolor, because that's like, polychromos are harder and you can do more layers, and Prismacolors are softer. And so if you're used to colouring harder, then you've got too many layers with the Prismacolor because you're putting it down too hard. So maybe it's that. Maybe I'm just heavy-handed. I'm not sure. And the other shocker is I have a lot of Brutfuner pencils, and I know people don't like them, and they're definitely not artist grade, but I actually really like them. I mean, this was all done with Brutfuner. I know my colouring is not like some of these, amazing colourists. I mean, this is still a work in progress anyway, but I like Brutfuner. I don't know why, but I just do. I've got Inktense as well, and I have not got the hang of Inktense yet. I have been like using it for mixed media, but not in my colouring books. So I'm going to try and add some more colouring book videos. I don't know whether I'll do colour alongs, because I think there's enough people out there doing that, but maybe. And if people wanted me to, if people are interested in the colouring stuff, and maybe I'll put out a colouring book video, and then it'll be separate, and then maybe people that like colouring will watch those. So anyway, I hope you're all well. I hope you're all doing your crafts, whatever you're up to, whatever you're doing. And I think this is going to be it for this video. I've struggled to get on and do a video because my parents haven't been well. But they're both in their 80s. They're not doing too well. So I have to sort of spend a lot of time with the family stuff. It's making it a bit awkward at the moment, when I can do videos, when I can't. I wish I could do them sort of, when everyone was in bed and asleep, and that might work for me, but it wouldn't work for the other people in the house. So I shall come back. I might come, because I think I can now maybe sew a bit more on a video, whereas before I was struggling to do that. I still think those pages might be too small for that. So I might start with that. With these, I can come on and, you know, do a little bit on these pieces, add in some beads and bits if people want to watch me sit. I don't know whether people would want to watch me sit sewing, but maybe you do, and we could chat while I do. And I need to glue these all down so that they're all in place and not going to move. So yeah, so that's me really. Like I say, I've been doing quite a bit of colouring, and I've started a big, I think I've said that, I've started a big piece of art, which is going to be a big canvas. It's a special piece of art that I've wanted to do for a while, and I'm putting that together. I haven't done any more on my scroll, and I need to make a couple of paper journals, and I haven't done any more in a couple of my paper journals that I started. Yeah, one's nearly finished, my little tiny mushroom book, but I still haven't finished that. So hopefully I can get a few different videos up and do some stuff on camera soon. So yeah, take care everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Love and blessings. Bye.